What were the initial police findings in the JonBenet Ramsey case? What were the initial police findings in the JonBenet Ramsey case? This tragic story began on December 26, 1996, when Patsy Ramsey reported her 6-year-old daughter missing. The police quickly arrived at the Ramsey home in Boulder, Colorado, and began their investigation. One of the first things they found was a ransom note demanding $118,000. This note led them to believe that JonBenet had been kidnapped, and they focused on following its instructions. As the investigation continued, detectives searched the house for signs of forced entry. They found none, which raised questions about the kidnapping theory. However, the crime scene was not fully secured. Friends and family members were allowed inside the home, which may have contaminated potential evidence. This lack of control over the scene complicated the investigation from the start. A significant moment occurred when John Ramsey, following a police request, conducted a thorough search of the house. During this search, he discovered JonBenet's body in the basement. She had been strangled, and her mouth and neck were covered with duct tape. The official cause of death was determined to be asphyxia due to strangulation, along with a skull fracture. Several key pieces of evidence emerged during the investigation. The ransom note remained a central focus, with handwriting analysis suggesting that Patsy Ramsey could not be ruled out as the author. However, there was no conclusive evidence linking her or anyone else to the crime, which made the case even more controversial. From a criminological perspective, this case highlights the challenges of managing complex crime scenes. The failure to secure the scene properly and the early involvement of family and friends complicated the investigation. Additionally, the case illustrates the difficulties in interpreting handwriting evidence and the limitations of forensic analysis available at that time. The JonBenet Ramsey case continues to be one of the most infamous unsolved murders in American history. Ongoing debates question whether the killer was an intruder or someone familiar with the family. Despite extensive investigations, including a grand jury review, no one has been formally charged with the crime. The initial findings set the stage for a case that remains shrouded in mystery and controversy.